Hello, everybody. How are you today? Oh, we're fine, Miss Wilson. We're not fine, Miss Wilson. You know, whatever. How are we doing?
Fine for now. We'll see on Wednesday.
On Wednesday? Why? What's Wednesday?
The day after I turn in a big project for a different class.
Oh, okay. Just remember, my projects are more important. Shree's here. Tejas here. Jacob's here. Alexi's here. And let's see, Ashley is not here yet. Oh, there she is, Ashley. So Ria is not here. Sai is not here. Kaden is not here. And Eric is not here. All right. So how was our homework? From 4, 4, and 4, 5, I think. How was the homework? Any questions?
It was good, but you didn't assign 4.5. We didn't get through the lesson yet.
Okay, so we'll do 4.5 today then. Any questions from 4.4? No? All right, well, if there aren't any questions from section 4.4, then let's do a couple of bell works and then we'll go right into 4.5. So here's the first one. This is a 1973 AP Calculus AB non-calculator multiple choice part of the exam. And the question is, can you find the right answer? So let's see if you can do that. I'll give you a minute. Since you're Calc BC. Can you see it okay up there? You want me to pull the, here, I can pull that thing back. Let me get my math. And I'll pull it back some more. This thing has to be plugged in. I gotta figure out how to get rid of that. I'm gonna block you in here. Is that any better, Jacob? Good. Getting it is important. Okay, why is my screen frozen here? Caden's here, Ria's here. Caden. I have to get out of my iPad for a minute. Okay. Zoom's just going to get on my last nerve today. And let's see, it's not picking up my Apple Pencil. I don't know why that's happening. Now it's got it. Zoom. So did anybody get an answer yet?
Yeah,
What'd you get?
12.
Good. So answer choice D, right? Did anybody not get 12 and want me to go over it? Okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch over to my camera here. I don't want to lose that sticky note. So let me unshare this and put the camera up.
Oh.
Oops.
It's an H prime.
Did you resolve the issues you were having last class with the Zoom?
I did, but, and I've been fine. And now it seems like today it's starting to act up again. So I don't know, maybe I did, maybe I think I did, but I didn't. We'll see. All right, so they're giving you the function h of x equals f of g of x, which is clearly a composite function, right? There we go. Is that clear on your end? Because I've got a fog from my bubble. So Alexia, is it clear? Jacob, is it clear? All right. So what we know is that the derivative of that thing is derivative of the outer function recomposed with the inner times derivative of the inner function, right? And we're given a bunch of information, and we want to find h prime of 1. Well, h prime of 1 is f prime g of 1 times g prime of 1. And if you look at the problems, and I know it's not on your screen anymore, but you know, this was f prime g of 1 was 2 times g prime of 1 was -3. And f prime of 2 is -4. So you get -4 times -3, which is, oops, +12. Is that okay?
Yep.
Very good. Let's do one more.
I didn't notice the apostrophe at the H.
Oh, h prime, right here, yeah. Okay, so let me get out of this and let me go back to Zoom and let me share the screen again. All right, and here's another one, and this is, oops, this one. So this is 1985 AP Calculus AB. So both of these were AB questions, but realize that you're going to have an AB sub-score. So they're going to test you heavily in the AB part as well on the BC exam. So we have a graph of F on the interval from 2 to 7, and we want to know how many points of inflection the graph has on this interval. So just upon inspection, how many points of inflection would the graph of F, or does the graph of F have? Yes,
Is it
Looks like 3.
Is it a 4?
4. Well,
I say 3.
I see 3.
you see 3. Okay, so let's have a look. So from around 2 to here, we're concave up. Do you all agree with that?
Yeah.
And then it goes to concave down. So right around here is 1 point of inflection, right? And we stay concave down till around here somewhere, where the graph becomes concave up again, yes? So that's 2 points of inflection. And then we move along, and somewhere right around here, The graph goes from concave up back to concave down.
on the X here.
So 3. So 3 is the correct answer. Good job, good job. All right. So
Yeah, related rates. Woo!
questions on 4.4 homework. We didn't do 4.5, you said. So questions on any of the derivative rules or the last homework you had to do. Anybody? Well, if not, then we're going to
Oh,
look
wait, can we do 18?
18 from 4.4. Yeah. So before I do that, I just want to mention today we're going to talk about related rates. That's where we investigate one quantity changing with respect to another. And we're going to do some of the basic problems, which are the sliding ladder, inflating, deflating balloons, oil slicks, distance between objects, and volumes of cones. All right. Where this one would be the most difficult for this section. There are many more. So let me unshare this and let me go back to my iPad. And we'll do number 18 from section 4.4. And hey, where'd my Zoom go? Is this going to start again today? I mean, are you kidding me? I
It's
worked,
this period. It's not the day, it's the period.
I
Just
swear to
it's the
God, it
period.
worked fine all day. I didn't have any issues with it. I didn't have issues with it. All right, so let me try one more time, see what happens. So Zoom. Come on, open up. So just bear with me a second. I'm logging into my meeting. I'm joining. Here we go. Open. Okay, good. I'm in. Okay, okay. Share the screen. Start. And let's go to piece of blank paper here and see what happens. Oh, okay. So I'm going to do number 18 over here. And you said 4.4. So let me find the question in my book. And, oh, look at that. Okay. So number 18 is we have y is equal to root tangent of x, right? So you can think of this, get big, there we go. We can think of this as the tangent of x to the 1/2, correct? So this is a composite function, right? The outer function, which I call f, is root x. And the inner function, which I call g, is the tangent of x. And, you know, we know that the derivative of the outer function is 1/2 root x. And we know that the derivative of g is the secant squared of x, right? So using the chain rule, I wouldn't go through all this work, but you should if you're just learning it or if you get stuck, you know, to make sure. But I would start here and do the following. Use the power rule for the outer function, bring down that exponent, rewrite the stuff inside, subtract 1 from the exponent, and then multiply that result by the derivative of the inside function. So this is going to become 1/2 root tan x times the secant squared of x. And to clean this up a little bit more, I would just write it like this: secant squared of x over 2 root tangent of x. And you're good at that point. That makes sense?
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah.
All right, but even if you decided to go this route up here, you know, you could, let me get rid of this. You could, you took the derivative of your outer function. I just haven't recomposed it yet. So I'd say, you know, derivative of the outer recomposed with the inner times derivative of the inner function, like that. And you're going to get the same answer. But to sort of unravel it is my favorite way because it's almost a no-brainer. Once you get used to it, it becomes very, very simple. Any other questions from this section? Okay. Well, then we'll go into section 4.5, implicitly defined functions. And really, for your purposes in this class, you know, you might be wondering, what is an implicitly defined function? And an implicitly defined function is a function that contains both x's and y's in it. So like this equation of a circle here, right? This circle is x squared plus y squared equals 25. And if you think about a circle, you know that a circle is not a function because it fails the vertical line test, right? Vertical line can pass at most at one point in the graph in order for it to be called a function. If it intersects more than once, then the graph is not of a function. So anyway, generally what you need to know is that implicitly defined functions just contain the variables x and y, all right? More than one variable. And you're not going to, I mean, you could rewrite this easy. You could solve that for y, right? So, you know, you could say, well, this is y squared is equal to 25 minus x squared, and then take the square root. What you're going to have is plus or minus root 25 minus x squared. Now, just in case you don't know, but you all should by now, the positive root of this thing is the upper half of a semicircle, and the negative root of this thing is the bottom half of a semicircle, and together you can graph a circle on your calculator. All right, so a semicircle is definitely a function. It passes the vertical line test, but the function was defined originally as this here. So it was implicitly defined, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to learn to take the derivatives of these, wait a minute, yeah, implicitly defined functions. So we're not doing related rates really today. We're doing implicit differentiation. Well, you got to be really good at implicit differentiation in order to do well with related rates, right? So I had forgotten about this. Actually, I thought 4.5 was related rate, so what can I say? Okay, so anyway, the best way to learn these is to just do them. And so we're going to do some. And I'm going to do the odds. All right, and what this says is to find dy dx. In other words, find the derivative. So on a blank piece of paper, let me just grab one or make one. Oh, I want to go there. All right, and I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back to this over here, I think. No, that was 4.4. I'm in the wrong place. This one. Okay, so let me just see if I'm allowed to do this. I'm going to take these odd problems, and I'm taking the odd ones for a reason. I don't want to take a screenshot. I want to copy it. All right, I'll take a screenshot. Let's see if it works. And I want to paste it. I want to paste. I don't know how to paste a screenshot. Ooh. All right, you know what? I'm sorry. It's just every day's a winding road. Sheryl Crow, probably too young to know who she is. Anyway, so look, the idea is this, is that for variables that are, we always take the derivative with respect to the variable x, unless you're told otherwise, right? So whenever you see an x, no problem. Like, you know that the derivative of this term is 2x, right?
Yeah.
But over here, we're also taking the derivative with respect to x of the variable y. And the x does not match the y. They're two completely different variables, right? That's not cool, right? So what we do is we take the derivative of y just like it were, and you think of this instead of y squared as x squared, and you take the derivative as if it were an x. So I say 2y, but I have to multiply that result by dy dx or y prime. I'm going to use y prime or prime notation because prime notation is a lot nicer to write in implicit differentiation than psi twice. How are there two sides? So the prime notation is a lot nicer to write when you're differentiating implicitly. All right, so the left side, my derivative is done. So just keep in mind whenever you have a y and you're taking the derivative of y with respect to x, then you have to multiply the result by a y prime. All right, and the derivative on the right is 0. The derivative of a number is 4, right? So what we have, oops. I don't know what I just did again. This is interesting. Can it stop? There. All right, so what we have is we have 2x plus 2y prime equals 0. And remember from last year, the big idea is that we need to get y prime by itself. So we're going to isolate it on the left and move everything else over to the right. So I can subtract 2x from both sides. And then I can divide both sides by 2y. And so I get that y prime is equal to negative x over y. Does that ring a bell from last year, people?
Yeah.
The reason I'm going to do the odds is because in my classes last year, and a lot of you that I had you last year, or I taught you last year, I always give the odds for homework. But now that you've already done them, I don't want any memory to come back and say, oh, I remember the answer to that one, it's 5 or something. And so I want you to be able to think, all right? So we're done. We took the derivative implicitly of this function, which is not a function, the circle, right? Here's another one. X squared minus xy equals to 2. Is it implicitly defined? Yes, it contains x and y. And I know that the derivative for the first term is easy, it's 2x. But over here, what am I dealing with? Product rule, all right? So first you have to write out the product rule and then differentiate. So writing out the product rule, I'm going to do minus x prime y plus x y prime. And I'm going to take the derivative on the right, which is 0. So I haven't taken the derivative of this product yet. I just wrote out the product rule. So what I've got is 2x minus, well, the derivative of this term is 1 times y or y plus, now the derivative of this term is x times, well, what's the derivative of y?
Y prime times y.
Well, what's the derivative of x?
1.
1, right? So what's the derivative of y?
Y prime.
It's 1 times y prime. Is everybody okay with that? Is that all right? If there's any questions or if I'm going too fast, let me know. So this is my equation here. So y. And again, I want to get y prime by itself. So I'm going to move the 2x and the y over. So I've got x y prime is equal to negative 2x plus y. Oops, plus y. And now I can divide every term both sides by x. So y prime is equal to negative 2 plus y over x. If you want a little bit nicer etiquette, you could write this as y over x minus 2. And if you really want to get savvy with your math, and I encourage you to do so because you're going to have to in BC, is give this baby a common denominator, which would be common denominator of x, to be y minus 2x all over x. And you'd be done. Any questions? So you see, This is correct. This is correct and a little bit nicer because the first term on the right starts out as a positive term. And this is, you know, the utmost sophistication right here. You can't get better than that. So I'm going to have you guys try one. I want you to do this problem right here. I want you to find y prime or dy dx. So I've got a chat message. What was the answer to the last one? Let me know when you get an answer. I sure hope Eric's okay. He's missing a lot of class lately. Don't tell me that. It's just, this is not a class you can skip or miss a lot. You just can't. Good, don't tell me what it is yet. Because I'm taking attendance. Block 8. By the way, is anybody in this class coming by at 2:30 this afternoon to get books that they didn't pick up the last time they told me they were going to pick them up? Just wondering. Anybody online get an answer yet?
Yeah.
Cool. So annoying. School's annoying?
Yeah. Too much for waking up in the morning.
Life is rough, huh?
Yeah.
I don't understand this. Just, I don't get it. Okay. Using the lasso tool, move them around. Yeah, thought I had that. All right, so
I
I
think
was,
it's lassoing the stuff that you've drawn, not the actual document itself.
yeah, that's what I think too. And I don't know, I mean, it worked fine last week. I don't know why. Handwriting, images, boxes. Maybe if I turn off
I
hand,
don't think it's like, I don't think you're allowed to modify the document itself.
no.
It should be able to copy though, is the thing, I think.
Right, yeah. So I should be able to go like this and hold it. And earlier it was saying copy, but now it's not. It says take screenshot, but I don't know how to paste it. If I paste, see, I mean, that's not even there anymore, so I don't know. I don't know what that.
I don't understand. Okay, let's
Okay.
just continue on.
Okay, let's do that. So I'll just use my open book. And so what we had was we had xy plus y squared is equal to x plus y. And so we're going to differentiate. So here I've got a product rule, right? So I got to be careful. So it's x prime y plus xy prime plus 2yy prime. So I took the derivative of this one is equal to 1 plus, and if I take the derivative of y, I get y prime. Is everybody in agreement with that? The only one I didn't take the derivative of is here.
Coach Matt, can you please move your truck? We have a delivery coming and we need to get in. Coach Matt, can you please remove your truck? Thanks.
So now if I go ahead and take my derivative over here of what's inside the box, I've got 1 times y, which is y, plus x. Now the derivative of y is just y prime, plus 2yy prime is equal to 1 plus y prime. And again, I want to get my y primes to one side and everything else over to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this y prime over here, and I'm going to move this y over here. So I've got xy prime plus 2yy prime minus y prime is equal to 1 minus y. If I factor out a y prime, I'm left with x plus 2y minus 1 is equal to 1 minus y. And then again, the idea is to get y prime by itself. So we're just going to leave this in its form and divide both sides by that quantity. Shoop. And there's our y prime. Is that the answer you guys got?
I got that.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the y prime and 2y.
Yeah, be careful with that, because sometimes when you're working fast or whatever, I mean, once you get it, you know, you become very confident and that's good. But sometimes we kind of get smug. We're like, oh, I know that. And you do it really fast, then we make a stupid mistake. So
Something like that.
we want to do it without making a mistake if possible. Okay, one more. Let me just add a couple more pages here. Add. And add. And I'm going to move these up. Move it on up. Up. There we go. Over here. Good. All right, so here's another one for you. Ready? Root x plus root y equals 16. Find y prime. Let me know when you're done. I think this one was pretty simple, actually, but I could be
I've got
wrong.
an-
You got it?
I have an answer.
Okay, good. Let me know when I should go over it. So can I go over it now, or?
Yeah.
All right, so we want to write radicals as x to the 1/2 plus y to the 1/2 equals 16 because it makes our derivative taking easier. And if we take the derivative of x to the 1/2, well, we know that that's 1/2 x to the minus 1/2 by power rule. And if we take the derivative of y to the 1/2, we know that's 1/2 y to the negative 1/2 by the power rule. And the derivative of a constant is 0, right? And definitely we want to rewrite these in radical form because it'll be easier to deal with that way. So this is going to be 1 over 2 root x. And this is going to, oh, I forgot my y prime. Yikes. And this is going to be 1 over 2 root y times y prime is equal to 0. And again, we want to isolate y prime. So I'm going to do that by first moving over 1 over 2x. 2 root x. And now I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So I get that y prime is equal to negative 2 root y over 2 root x. The 2's are going to cancel, which gives me negative root y over root x, which is essentially negative square root of y over x, right? Rules of radicals. Well, I guess we can leave it like that. Well, no.
Put parentheses to the 1/2, right?
Yeah, you could put parentheses and put it to the 1/2 power. You could rationalize and write this as root xy over x if you wanted to, right? So, if you got to this or something, you're good. Did everybody get this?
I got there, but I didn't have the negative sign.
Yeah, I got that.
You did a good job.
Good. Good. Happiness in the land, right? So that's implicit differentiation. Another way you're going to use this is to find the equation of a tangent line. So we're going to do one of those. So for instance, here's a really easy one. We've got the sine of y equals x, and they give us the point 0, 0, and they want us to find the equation of the tangent line to this function at this point, right? So we take the derivative on both sides. What's the derivative of the sine of y?
Cosine, or, yeah,
Cos of
cosine
y,
y prime.
y prime is equal to 1, right? Derivative on the right. Solving for y prime, we get that y prime is equal to 1 over the cosine of y. Now, at this point here, you don't need to think, oh, well, that's the secant or anything like that. You can start plugging your 0 in for x and 0 in for y. So we'd say, that y prime is equal to 1 over the cosine of 0. And we all know that the cosine of 0 is what?
1.
Good. It's
1.
Good. So our slope of our tangent line is 1. So we have a point and a slope. So we just say that, y minus 0 is equal to 1 times x minus 0, or y equals x. That would be the equation of our tangent line to the graph of sine y equals to x at the origin. Is that okay?
Quite splendid.
It is. So here's one for you to try, and then I'll give you an assignment. We've got e to the y is equal to ln x. Oh, this is terrible. E to the y is equal to ln x at the point e comma 0. Find the equation of the tangent line to the graph of e to the y equals ln x at the point e 0. You'll have 1 minute to complete it with dead-on accuracy. Calc BC. I need some gum. Gum. Ooh. Okay, your minute's up. Are anybody done?
I'm done.
Good. Anybody online finished?
I got something.
Okay, well, something's better than nothing.
Same.
All right, what's the derivative on the left, people?
E to the y prime.
So Lexi said e to the y prime. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
And the derivative on the right is?
1 over x.
Good. So if we solve for y prime, we get y prime is equal to 1 over x e to the y, right? And if we plug in e for x and 0 for y, then the slope of our tangent line becomes e times, so x is e, and e to the 0 is 1, right?
Yes.
So it's 1 over e. Cute. And so our equation would be y is equal to 1 over e times x minus e.
Yeah.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
Online?
I got that. So yeah.
Wait, how'd you get the x minus e part?
Get the what?
X minus e.
Point slope form.
Oh, okay. Point slope formula. So y minus y naught is equal to m times x minus x naught.
Oh, okay.
This is the slope of the tangent line here, right? So you're evaluating the slope of the tangent line numerically here. And this is just a number, and we leave it like this because this is the exact form of the number rather than use a decimal. And then I just took this and the point and plugged it into the point slope formula.
Okay, I get it now.
We're good on that? So what I'm going to have you guys do is the following. I'm going to have you do section 4.5. And let me see if there's anything on Canvas for you, because I've been having really bad issues copying stuff in Canvas, and some things copy and some things don't. And then the kids are whining in the last block that, you know, I didn't change the time that it's due. So anyway, I'm going just about insane with copying in Canvas, and it's not Canvas's fault. It's the fact that our school district prohibits us from doing a lot of stuff in Canvas. But section 4.5, it says, what does it say for you guys? It says 5 through 19 odd. I'm going to change that to the following. I'm going to change it to 2 through 20 even. And hit the save button. It's going to be due saying September the 23rd. Is that bizarre or what? I'm going to set the date to the 30th of September. That's Wednesday. And our class starts at what time? 1:50, right?
1:50.
So 1:50 p.m. Save. So that should be okay for our class. So you should be good. And I'm going to shut off my mic. If you have questions on any of the problems, please let me know. I'm here to help. I love to help, and I get bored very easily, so you'll give me a purpose.
It's not a question about the problems, but on Canvas, I no longer see the 4.4 where I submitted the even problems last time. It now shows that it's like odd problems we never did.
All right, let's see. So you said section 4.4.
Yeah, the stuff that we did up to this class. I thought I submitted it, but I can no longer find where I did that.
Well, let me look. So let me go. So I started doing a bunch of grading yesterday. I graded for 5 hours. And not so much with you guys, but with the AB kids, I have to check every little thing. With you guys, I decided today because I have, you can't see my screen, but I have literally like 260 papers to grade because I'm so behind in grading. And if I go to 4.4, I don't think I graded. I've been putting the BC kids off as far as grades, and I really apologize for that. I'm usually much more efficient in grading, actually. But I have block 8 here. And who's asking me? Because your little screen's not blinking. So what's the name that,
Leo Melson.
Leo. Okay, let me see, Leo. There you are. And there's no submission.
Yeah, I could have sworn
I
'cause
just checked
currently-
mine and I'm having the same problem because I know for a fact I submitted 2 pictures for it and now it says no submission.
Really?
Missing assignment.
Yeah, I noticed the thing was weird. So when I submitted it this morning, I submitted it to the 4.4 one, but it had like the wrong question numbers and it had like an earlier due date.
All right, so everybody do me a favor, please, and resubmit it to this 4.4. And so today's the 28th. So I have size, which came in as late, right? Because this assignment was due by today. Now, hang on. Why does Psy have 4.4 and 4.5 if I didn't go over 4.5 with you guys?
I did them in the same document. I just turned them both in. I didn't separate them.
Right. So you need to separate them. I'm only going to grade whatever the assignment's for. Anything else that's in there is not going to be graded. So they need to be turned in separately. But if I didn't teach you guys or go over 4.5, then why did you do 4.5? Where did you get that information from? Is my question. Like I just covered 4.5. So how can your homework for 4.5 be done? If I just
I don't know. I think I turned them in both. I was in a rush. So I think I messed up there.
big coincidence. Here I have my here's. Okay, I don't have anything.
I submitted it this morning when I realized that like the thing was missing. I resubmitted it to
Oh, yeah, okay, so I've got yours, I've got size, I've got, let me just go back through the name list here. And everybody else's, oh, I've got, let's see, Rhea maybe? Yeah, I've got Rhea's and Taja's. But everybody else, your names are grayed out. I don't know why. And it just says, has not submitted it. So don't worry. If it says late or anything, don't worry about it. Just if you guys could resubmit it, please, and I apologize. I'll see if that takes care of the problem. Because we did have some issues with Canvas this morning. I'm not joking. But I don't know if it's something I did or if it was just a little glitch in Canvas. So just to be on the safe side, just resubmit them and I will not mark them late.
All right, thank you.
So annoying. It's like a constant battle with Canvas. And when I use
Or,
US,
yeah, Canvas also says that related rates is due tomorrow, like 4.6. So you
you know
haven't.
why? Because I did related rates with block 4. They're ahead of you guys. And I copied it over, so I didn't change the date yet. So yeah, 4.6. Well, I'm in. Oh no, I'm in block 4 right now. Let me go back to block 8. Block 8 and assignments. So what you've got there, when it copies the date and the time, which I didn't think about the time actually. So I'm going to fix that right now, but yeah, I'm going to unpublish the related rates because we haven't even touched on that yet. And I'm going to unpublish 4.7 as well. So right now you should only be able to see everything up to 4.5. Is that correct? Can somebody check for me, please, in the chapter 4 homework?
Yeah, we can't see 4.6 anymore.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you. So I fixed 4.5. I mean, yeah, 4.5. I fixed the date and the time that it's due. And I'll just, now I know what to do. I know that when I copy it, I should go into the other classes and shut them off or unpublish them. So it's been my fault, and I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused any of you. Lexi, did you finish the homework?
No. not
Okay,
yet.
so get off the phone with your girlfriend
Well,
and start doing your derivatives.
unless Canvas is my girlfriend. then
Well,
yes,
to some, yes, she is.
I'll just submit all the work I have.
No boyfriends, no girlfriends until you get your PhDs. Then you can start thinking about relationships. I wish I could be everybody's mother. I'd be like the worst mother. No, my daughter said I'm a good mom, but I would be strict with you. By the way, does anybody in this class rewatch the Zoom videos? Has anybody done that recently? No?
I didn't know there was videos.
Yeah, I post them under the module after it processes. Sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes a day. But what kids are telling me in other classes is that when they click on the link, it tells them they don't have permission. And I don't know why that's happening. I have no clue. So I just wanted to see if anybody else had that issue, but if you're not watching the videos, then you wouldn't know. Friday is so far away. Let's see. Recordings. Listen first. Okay. Um, hmm. I'm going to unshare my iPad so I can grade or hopefully grade some more papers in this time. 282 things to do, papers to grade. I should take a day off and stay home and just grade all day.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I could, and I've done it before.
I don't see what's stopping you.
Oh, I'm telling you. A lot of teachers do that.
I was a teacher, I would every day.
You wouldn't? You would take a day out every day?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a job for very long.
Well, I mean, I would still do it online, but I'd pretend, oh, I left my coffee mug at home and I can't live without my coffee mug. So.
Mhm. They'd say, don't let the door hit you in the behind. Don't come back.
What now?
Mhm. Yeah. I know some people think that teachers just have, all the time off and paid and holidays paid. No, we don't. We don't get that crap. If it weren't for my husband, I would consider myself poor. And I make pretty decent money, but thank God for him. If I want to buy something, I take it out of, we have another Bob We call it, we joke, and we call it the Bank of Boris. Boris's bank account. And so, yeah, I know. He can afford it. He makes a lot of money. Compared to me, he makes more than double what I make, so. Mhm. He only works 2 days a week, too. I mean, he works at home. He thinks. He gets paid to think. He's a research professor. Hmm. They all are at USF, so.
That's the job I'm trying to get into.
Yeah,
But I'm assuming he has a PhD, right?
of course, you have to, yeah.
So that'll take some time.
I think soon. I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know about soon, but he has his own grader, so he doesn't have to grade anything. His graders are responsible to get it done. His graders give the test, so he doesn't have to go to school on test days. He does what I do, but just for 4 hours twice a week.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he has a sweet life. He knows it.
How long does it take to get a PhD again?
Well, it depends on how fast you want to get it, but like in math, when I got so he had his, I want to say in 3 years. Here at USF, the Department of Mathematics they give you up to 8 years to finish it. After that, it's over. So I did my master's at USF in a year. I didn't graduate from USF for my bachelor's. I got that at Cal State Northridge. Then I decided, I might as well get my master's degree. So I got my master's degree and I did that in a year. And my PhD, I forgot what year I'm in. I think I'm on my last year. No, my PhD is done. I just haven't defended it. So technically I'm done with it. But I'm considering right now, and my husband's very upset, but because, that was my option before because I was very, very good in math. And they're like, you need to go into research. I'm like, I don't want to sit and think all day long. I want to have kids. I want to do stuff. I want a life. And when you're research, that is your life. That's your love. That's your life is your research. So anyway, I chose, I'm like, you know what, I like to teach, so I'll teach math. So that's what I did. But if I defend it this summer, I'll make an extra $1 an hour. And I'm like, is it even worth my time?
Hey, the extra buck adds up.
Come on, give me a break. No.
Yes.
For an extra $1. Why is this? And even my husband, like, Dr. Shackman, and he's like, call me Boris. He makes all the students call him Boris. It's like, it's a title, it's a label. So I'm not into labels and titles very much. So when other teachers are like, oh, you should get it, because then the kids will think like, oh, you're a doctor. I'm like, who cares? I know people with PhDs, and I don't know how on earth they got their PhD, but they got them somehow, like one of those online things.
Probably.
Not even in the discipline they teach. Yeah. And because they want to be called doctor. I also had a friend who got hers because she wanted to go to the airport and have somebody page Dr. Wazowski. And so she did. When she got her PhD, her and her husband went to Tampa Airport. Her husband went and asked the people, can you please page Dr. Wazowski? And anyway, she heard herself and videotaped it with the sound and everything of her being paged as Dr. Wazowski. Like, okay.
The happiest day of your life.
And my husband also one time was flying and some man got very sick. I wasn't with him. And they said, is there a doctor on board? I could have slapped him. And he's like, well, I'm a doctor. I'm like, you're a doctor of math, not of medicine. He's like, well, I got to hold his head. I helped. I'm like, oh my God.
I helped.
He wanted to help.
And there I was, I'm a doctor.
And he is a doctor, but not, not in medicine. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He helped me lift a bag of dirt yesterday too, and you should have seen. His hands are like a baby's butt. Because he only holds a pencil, he doesn't do anything with them. I'm like, help me lift this bag. He could barely lift. He's like, I can't believe you lift that all by yourself. I'm like, well, you know.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, might as well be me. As if I don't work hard enough as it is. So that's why I don't feel bad for him, you see? Yeah, say Canvas is not letting me grade. I'm just over Canvas right now, just over it. Over it. Anybody have any questions or concerns? Online, in class? Zoom.
Good afternoon, Tigers. I'm Rebecca Cox, your student government president. It's now time for your afternoon announcements. Picture Day is this Wednesday and Thursday during your English class. If you don't have an English class this semester, please come to the auditorium
What do
during your lunch
e-learners
period.
do for their
Your
pictures?
pictures will be used for your student ID.
We're supposed to come on in at designated times after
Oh.
school.
Oh yeah, speaking of, I'm gonna have to skip part of your class on Wednesday to take.
That's fine.
Yeah, so am I. Because we have e-learners have to be there by the time school ends, which means like we have to miss our class. It's not like it's half an hour after school. It's immediately as soon as school ends.
Mm-hmm.
Living 30 minutes away doesn't help at all either.
You guys
I
have it
know.
so tough.
Yeah, it's kind of bull the way that everything is done this year. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and you know, having your picture taken is way more important than having a calculus. I'll admit, not being facetious there or anything, but. But
I'm so tired of administration right now. I am. Ooh.
all right.
I'm just
well,
wondering why we can't use senior pictures.
Right? They'd probably be better anyway. Also, I got my senior pictures in the mail 2 days ago, and then the canvases came in last night, and I was stoked to get the canvases.
Canvases? What do you mean canvases?
I had a couple of my senior photos printed out on canvas instead of just normal paper.
Cool. Yeah, that's nice. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I had a collage, and then the one of me holding my 2021 sign in my cap and gown.
Uh-huh. Very nice.
Okay. Also, I would like to say they are incredibly expensive, but normally when you get pictures taken, you get like wallets or 5x7s, and they're multiple on one sheet, and then you have to cut them out. Every single one of them are cut out already for you.
Oh, really?
And the wallets have a rounded edge to them as well, and it's not flimsy paper. It's thick, good quality paper. So they're expensive, but they're really nice.
So you get what you pay for, and that's
exactly.
That's all you can ask.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just like to say good job on them.
Thank you for your 2 cents, Kaden.
Did you hear what Lexi said?
It's always nice to hear Kaden rant.
No, I think he's a cool kid,
Yeah.
and I think he's funny, so he can rant anytime.
I love
There's some kids that rant that they think they're the epitome of intelligence, and they don't realize how stupid they sound. Then you get a kid like Caden who's like, yeah, I get it, kid. Here, tell it, speak it, preach. Yeah. Well, he's just being himself, and that's always nice. Well, not reading fast enough today.
I did a couple problems.
Well, I'm glad you did a couple. I hope y'all got to do at least a couple. I hope you.
Couple can be 3.
You made good use of your time. Those of you online, you can go ahead and cut out. The bell's about to ring. So have a great rest of your day. Good luck with picture taking on Wednesday and any tests you have to take this week. And I'll talk to you on Wednesday and try to fix Canvas. That's the best I can do.
Have a good one.
You too. Leo, your picture scares me. Oh, I think he. He's got the, like, do you see his picture on here? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to show you Leo's picture.
It's a little frightening.
He's chilling.
It's scary.
Jonathan's picture scares me.
Oh, whose?
Jonathan's ugly dog. Just because it's Jonathan.
Oh, no. That's a cute little picture that he has there, a little dog.
Not even cute.
Yes, it is.
I feel like I'm getting harassed.
Maybe. Just a little bit. Jonathan Luscious. Jonathan Luscious.
Okay, Alexis, Texas.
It's Alexis, Alaska.
Yes, I like that.
AA for Alaskans Anonymous.
That is what I'm doing my project on.
Alaska?
Autonomous lawnmower, but it's autonomous something.
What's an autonomous lawnmower?
It does it for you. It mows your lawn.
So like a robo vacuum?
Yeah.
Because I heard those already exist and I want one.
They do already exist, but they are very inefficient and they're pricey. See, the ones that you're going to be buying, they're like $1,200.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you
a
really
lot.
want to spend $1,200 on something that might fail occasionally?
No.
And so with ours, we're going to have a solar panel that's going to have an app that, you know, you can communicate with
That
the
is
lawnmower
so cool.
that shows your progress, which is way better than what we have out there now. I'm just saying.
That's cool.
I'll be able to sell this real well, hopefully, because I've been thinking about it since freshman year before it was a thing.
So this is your idea?
Yes, before it existed.
Yeah, I know. That happens with me and Boris too. We think of these great things and we're like, don't tell anybody. And then a year later, somebody comes out with it and we're like, we'll never make money off of our ideas.
You gotta write them down in an engineering notebook as soon as you think of it.
So that way it's protected by copyright?
Yes.
Does it have to be an engineering notebook?
I mean, that's the only legal document that I know of that you might have.
Oh, I thought I thought even a Word document would be a legal document. That's what I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I guess, like, would you rather be in a Word document or would you rather be?
I don't even know what an engineering notebook looks like.
I'll show you.
Boris knows what, because he teaches
This-
engineering. Oh,
There's more, there's like better ones, but this is
hang on, I want
my
to see something.
EDD one. And there's
Wait. I want you to open it so I can see the inside. Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, and then it comes with, online. I got it on
Just like
Amazon.
an engineering
Yeah.
notebook?
That's the first thing that comes up, and there's different designs. And I don't know if it has contact. Oh no, it doesn't come with the contacts page, but usually that'd be a benefit of it. But every page labeled, and it's so handy, great paper. I love it.
And start it again so I can see the front. That was really, really nice. I never knew that existed.
They're great. And that way you don't have to write down, like we used to use composition notebooks.
Uh-huh.
And this is way better.
Yeah.
But it is like $20.
Oh, really?
It's like $15 or $20.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
You too. I'd say it's worth it.
Right there.
You too.
See you, Jonathan.